up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on
Hey guys, it's Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Another week down, another week in, and man, oh man, do I hate Detective Don Carter. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for our Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, Episode 2 review, reviewing To Thine Own Self. Ooh, there we go. Everybody's excited for some power today. But yes, I am here and I am not alone like last week. I am joined by the princess of all the true heels, Miss Krssi Luv is here with us. How are you doing, Miss Krssi?
I am great, and I'm on the same train with you, friend. I cannot stand him. I cannot wait till he dies. So it's got to be someone that has to be super cop, like Hank from Breaking Bad. I call them the Hank of all of the, if you're a cop and you just like too invested, like your whole life is all about you eat, sleep, and drink this stuff, there's a problem. You have the Hank mentality and you have to go.
He was on the hunt, but I will say he's probably the most accomplished law enforcement in Power Book 2 Ghost history, because in one episode he had Tariq shook, he had Davis shook, and he arrested somebody. So he's off to a great start. I will give him.
You're right. That's fair.
Yeah.
But whatever. Still stupid. It's still
even though I'm fair, I'm nothing but fair and unbiased in my reviews here. I'm gonna try my best to take the fact that I hate this guy out of it and realize that he at least he's accomplishing his goals.
Yes.
In some way.
Correct.
Gotta give him. But yes, we are here to discuss Power Book 2, Season 4, Episode 2, To Thine Own Self. We appreciate y'all if you are joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. If you're watching us on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans or Power Book 2 fans. Excuse me, I'm used to saying wrestling. Power Universe on all your favorite social media platforms. And of course, we love when you guys sound off. We love to interact with all of you here. So give us your thoughts on Season 4, Episode 2, To Thine Own Self, in the comment section. No super chats here. We're on the second channel, not super chat worthy as of yet, but we're getting there. So sound off, and we'll highlight as many of your comments as possible, as we always try to do here, and interact with all of you as we discuss this episode. But Miss Krssi, you weren't with us last week to talk about episode 1, which I described as a Mission Impossible action movie. Do you have any thoughts on episode 1 that you want to get out here before we jump into episode 2?
Episode 1 was a solid start for the season. The fact that Tariq is like untouchable and he could just run around the whole city without like anyone like I was like, when did he become this whole like power thug gangster person? Like, when did this all happen? And it just proves to show that you are your father's son. You cannot I don't know why people want to hide from it. Like, is it a bad thing? If anything,
well, to Tariq it is. To Tariq
apparently,
it is. He don't want to be compared.
He want to be his own person. Okay, great. Like, you started your own thing, like your dad did. Sure, great job. Yeah, you're still his son. Like, I think you're a spoiled, entitled brat, but hey, whatever. Like, your entitlement is just like beyond me, like wild to me.
Hey, I'm still rooting for Tariq. They have done the impossible. The impossible from what I thought at the end of Power season 6, where Tariq was the most hated individual, because especially after killing Ghost,
right.
They were able to turn him babyface. So I am rooting for Tariq. I want the best for him.
I want him to win. I want him to get his money back. I want him to graduate. I want him to see if he can get back with Rachel or whatever his mom's name is now. Or Teresa, I don't know what her name is, to be honest. Like,
it's Rachel. It's okay, Rachel. Apparently, we found out in this episode, Tasha is now Rachel in some town. They didn't even specify.
It's like, how the hell you? Okay, for someone that don't got no money, really finds the means to have a car. You find the means to find your mama. Like, where you get it? Like, your outfits don't equate with like your lifestyle. Like, what is
how do you pay for your phone bill, and how do you pay for gas in New York City? Like,
where we just find this random car that broke down? Like, I had so many questions. Like, for the people that write this show, like one and one is supposed to equal 2, but the math is not mathing, because for someone that has to now work 3 jobs, looks amazing in his outfits, and can find these guns and kill people like without a blink of an eye. Great stuff. It's TV.
And he lost his inheritance, so his trust fund. I don't understand how he's able to keep up with all his bills that seem to be mounting up as we speak. But
just saying, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. We're going to talk about season 4, episode 2. We'll highlight a couple of comments before we do that. Brandon F in the chat saying Carter can't make it through the whole season. He's got to go. This is the last season. I would say that Carter is such a threat that he should be 2-season worthy. And I thought the same thing about Mecca. I thought Mecca, they took him out too soon. He was 2-season worthy of being on the show, especially after the interaction with Tariq. You're the GOAT of global stitching. I thought he deserved to be 2 seasons, but Carter is also another one that I think deserves to be 2 seasons. But we know this is the final season, or for now we know. But we'll get into that shortly as well. Josh saying, good morning to you. Good to see you, Josh. He says, I hope you've been doing well, SP3. One of the regulars over. Used to be watching Degrassi dudes over on Fightful Overbook with me and Steven Jensen. Good to see you in the chat here. We got Ace who says, what's up, SP3 and Krssi. We also got Frantic World who says, what's up, SP3, Krssi and chat. I haven't watched both episodes yet, but I might watch after all the episodes drop. I mean, if you don't want to, stay on the edge of your seat. Yeah.
Correct.
You better avoid the spoilers. Yeah. Because we're going to spoil a whole bunch.
Sorry.
Be careful. We also got Ace here who says Drew and Diana are shookish.
These another 2 dummies. I'm just all right. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Yeah.
We also got Brandon watching us over on Twitter who says, he says, Tariq getting Angie's nephew out of here in episode 1 was pure Ghost mentality. He was Ghost the entire episode 1. Like,
he was
with the gun with Tommy, him dressing him and Brayden dressing up like they were ghosting Tommy and taking out the hitters and
people,
stuff.
right? Like they're little carbon copies.
the plan with the car, him thinking on his feet to kill the agent to get the truce with Noma, and then thinking on his feet as Kane is running after him, he calls Drew and's like, I will tell him it was you that set him up if you don't stop him. Yo, he thought on his feet. That's why Tariq won my MVP for episode 1.
Oh no, absolutely. And then runner-up was Brayden, but Brayden, we still got to get like a few little like notches in him so he can like get some type of like oomph in his body. Like he's missing something. He's still like that little fraidy cat that second guess himself a little bit. But like when he needs to think of an eye, he's got it. But then like when once it registers, he's like, oh, I don't think we should do that right now. But you already did it. Like
that I wish moment with them in the
right.
car. Like,
yes.
Wish we would just call us students again. Well, you learned in this episode that ain't all it's cracked up to be, buddy. So this episode starts off when we see Tariq and Brayden in his college dorm room. Apparently, Brayden is now staying with Tariq in the college dorms, despite being suspended from the college. Like,
oh, so now he could just walk on the campus. I thought we was just banning people, but whatever. Like,
teach his own, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Tariq and Brayden had plenty of opportunities, throughout the first 3 seasons to step out of the drug game and enjoy a comfortable life far removed from criminals, robbers, and the many other criminals of the world. That chance flew out the window as soon as Tariq's trust fund money went down the train, thanks to an investment in Brayden's family business, Weston Holdings. Thus, they are now on, in the college dorms. We see Tariq and Brayden walking around the college where they're met up by a couple of the other students, and one of this white dude in the blue beanie. Yo, I was like, yo, they need to clap him. They need to.
Yeah, he actually.
He was talking. He was talking too slick in the mouth.
Yep. He was too sideways. He needed to get punched in the face, but then they was gonna call security or never. Then they would have got arrested, but. He was talking real reckless out of my. You want to talk on my podcast? No, I don't want to talk on your podcast. Now get out of my face.
Yeah.
Now see what I'm saying? Like look at how Tariq is dressed. For someone that is dirt ass poor. Now maybe he had the jacket from before or whatever, but that's a whole Sherlin. That's number one. Like you got this. I'm just the life. This is not adding up for someone that got to work 3 jobs.
It ain't adding up too much here. So yeah, Tariq and Brayden, they start talking. We also get somebody who is pissed at Brayden and his family for being, and we see the Weston library. They're taking it down because the Weston name is not very popular now after the whole Ponzi scheme incident, and even some of the students blaming Brayden for their family losing money. Before that, though, before we see, Brayden and Tariq talking, we find out that Brayden is now working with one of his cousins selling real estate while he's suspended from school, while Tariq has gotten back into Stansfield on financial aid, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, all the different jobs he has to work. Before that, though, the show actually started off with the aforementioned Detective Don Carter. And Krssi, did you realize who's a part of Don Carter's task force? It's Stacey Spade from Heels.
That's who. Okay, see, I knew she looked familiar. I'm like, why do I know this lady? She looked. You don't have a picture up? Okay, whatever. I was like, she looked mad familiar. I'm like, I can't put I knew the face. I just didn't know where she was from. Thank you for that.
It took me like 2 minutes until the end, because she doesn't do the whole Southern accent that she did in Heels. So it took me a minute, but I was like,
her hair is not the same. It's a different color. So I'm like, that I've seen on some show. I couldn't just put but great stuff. Okay, guys, there's a lot of people that's in this episode that I was like, oh, okay, cool. Welcome to the show. Great.
Welcome to the show. She's a part of the task force. Another detective talks about how they're at a crime scene as the Russians Connect has gotten busted and gotten arrested. There was a shootout. They were killed. So he closed it down. The task force basically stopped the Russians Connect from moving over here to New York. And that's basically cut off the Russians pipeline, which would become an important part of this episode. As we heard from Noma later on in the episode, it was Noma telling Obi that the Russians Connect has been taken away by Detective Don
mhm.
Carter. So that opens up a pipeline for them to do business with the Russians and make some money about their surplus of product that they have. Without Tariq and his business, they're not able to move as much product as they were in season 3.
Right.
Might have just wanted to work with Tariq again. I don't. Maybe. Tariq
Maybe.
is very good. The St. Patrick family is very good at moving a lot of drugs.
It's been proven.
Been proven time
And
and time again.
And now that we have Brayden as like this whole real estate thing, that should give you more like incentive on like your next move on like getting a place to wash your money and like, come on, guys, think like the drug dealers that you guys are.
Yeah. So Tariq and Brayden are trying to work around the fact that they did the truce where Noma said that they couldn't sell any drugs. They can't move product like they were moving it before. So Tariq has to work 3 jobs for his financial aid. And he has a whole uniform for it. We also see, we saw Effie. She was in like the computer labs talking to a professor and sees that Stanford, her big dream of getting out of the life and going to Stanford for their engineering program. She's actually got the opportunity for it. She actually applies for an interview for 6 p.m. tomorrow at that time. And apparently I got the timeline. I got the timeline straight on this. Episode 1 happens, and that's right after what happened at the end of season 3. Right. This episode is 1 month after. So everybody realized the timeline, that it's not just tomorrow that Monet's
like
out
3
of the
days,
hospital.
like the next following week. Oh, okay.
Yes. It's a month after. So Don Carter's been sitting on it. That's why, the task force team even says it at the beginning. The task force member said, "Oh, that's the case that they got made to make a fool last month with Tariq involved." And they're even suspicious of the fact, and like I said last week, they're suspicious of the fact why Tariq had to be the one to shoot the killer when he's there. When the agent is there to question Tariq. How is Tariq the one who makes the save and is the big hero? I was like, he shouldn't have not even get involved in that. Why did you touch the gun? Why did you have to be the one to make the save? Because that seems too convenient, and that will keep the cops on you. I said that last week.
And it's true. It's like you could have just used the Angela's nephew stuff, pointed it at the guy, and then that's how it would have been perfectly fine. But no, you didn't want to do that. So now that would keep people off your back. But no, look at Super Cop now is here. And then you're getting questioned for something that you said you witnessed. Like, bruh.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And yes, good point by Ace. Tariq is working at the candy shop, which we all know from season 3 is where Diana works. So now they work together again. Look at that. Look at how things work. Not only that, but Tariq is also in class with Diana and Effie. I was like, man, he got to be in the same class as these bitches too. It's awkward enough. It's awkward enough he smashed both of them, but they both turned on him at the end of season 3.
That's it. Yep. So now we're here. We are here. They're across the room from each other. They sit in between, like someone's sitting in between them. This can't get any even messier. And now we've went through all these seasons through with black professors. Now we have this white professor, and now teaching them, the goals of like life.
Well, the white professor was always there. Remember, he was the person that was in charge of Jabari and Carrie Milgram.
Oh, I forgot all about that man.
Yeah, he was the first one that said that he didn't think Tariq should be in the program.
Right? Oh,
in that program.
Right.
And then Jabari and Carrie were the ones that vouched for him being so. But you see how that worked out for them.
Yep.
Hopefully this teacher doesn't get too close to our good friend Tariq here. So in the class, they talk about basically what makes a great leader or what makes a great leader, and there's different conversation. Tariq says what makes a great leader is defeat. That and he said, and the professor makes the analogy from the ashes rises the phoenix. While Effie says that the best leaders always win. So they have a little disagreement in the class, but that doesn't stop Effie from approaching Tariq after class and asking them, are they good now? She explains that, her back was against the wall at the end of season 3, but she didn't expect for Noma to try to kill him. And she was like, what the fuck did you think when you tell her I was going after her daughter? When it was your plan to begin with, bitch.
That I couldn't justify.
I know you want to justify anything Effie does. So.
I'm trying to let you guys know that Effie has always been Team Effie. She doesn't really give a hell about anyone else but herself. No one has really even shown or given a fuck about her. So that's why she has that mentality that is only about me. I have to. No one else is going to look out for me but me. So this is why you have to see and understand this character. I know everyone says that they hate her, but you also have to think about. Y'all have to give the same energy that y'all give her to Diana, because she's the same fucking person. She's just nicer.
This is true. And Diana's going through her own problems because her biggest fear has become a reality. We see at the beginning of the episode.
What did you expect?
She's in
a glove up. Like, come on.
Yo, and you smashed 2 guys. So
you don't even know which one it is.
Did one of them glove up? Oh my God. So yeah, she is pregnant. She's getting a pregnancy test at a pharmacy to start off the episode. We even see her at home taking the pregnancy test. And we've yet to find out who is the father. Is it Tariq or is it Celine? Celine, aka Trevor. And this news couldn't come at a more worse time because she is still scrambling as her and Drew's involvement in their attempted murder of their mother. Monet. They also have her, Drew, Kane, and Effie are now working under Noma, leaving Diana to somehow figure out how to balance the heavy responsibilities of being both a drug dealer, a college student, and potentially a soon-to-be mother under immense pressure to live up to their respective expectations. So you have Diana and Effie. They meet up at the candy shop where Effie's like, "Yo, you need to get on the ball. You need to be pushing some more weight. She's got a surplus of weight, and I can't be the only one working." Diana's like, she's still scrambling, getting herself together.
Stuff on my mind. I got a lot of shit going on. Everybody got shit going on. Now get your. That's why I was like, yes, Effie, get in her ass. I got shit going on too. Now get your shit together. Y'all wanted this thing? Get it in. Now let's go. Y'all started this whole mess. Everybody wanted to work with Noma. Now you got to do it. Get it together.
Now you got to do it.
I got a lot of shit going on. Everybody got shit going on.
Thanks.
That's why I don't blame Effie for some of the shit that she be doing. Because everybody's
I will say, Effie did a lot of good moves in this episode because after the conversation with Diana, she goes to Noma. She approaches Noma about getting a bigger cut of the money that she's making for the drugs because she's pushing all the surplus that Noma needs at the college. They're even doing double the work that they were doing before, and she's doing it all on her own. And she overhears because, like we said, Obi and Noma had the conversation, and Noma brought up that she now knows that Obi got the green cards for his family. So, Noma is now like looking at Obi sideways, and Obi cannot basically get the meeting with the Russians for Noma. So Effie overhears that, and she offers to get that meeting with the Russians for Noma. And, Obi's like, what can you do, a little girl, that I can do?
Oh, that is great, SP. You sound.
I actually rewatched the episode. What did you do? Like he doesn't get that voice. He's got that voice. What can you do that I can do, little girl?
He sounds like one of the Decepticons, Joe.
It's such a great voice. I love it because that's not his real voice. That's a great voice that he's putting on. But yeah, Effie says that she'll get the meeting with the Russians. So I don't know how she did all of this. She was putting in work in this episode. I got to give it to Effie. She goes to the Russians and she looked up basically the Russians' daughter's social media and realizes that the daughter of the leader of the Russians is a swimmer. And she talks about how she's a hacker and that she can hack anything, that she once hacked, and got somebody into Yale. So she offers to basically change the number on his daughter's backstroke because she's a swimmer, and her butterfly. He adds the butterfly because she's a hacker to get her into the school of her wishes and the school that she wants to go to. And in exchange, all the Russians have to do is have a meeting with Noma. So Effie's able to get that done. I got to give it up for her for that. But that meeting did not go well. We'll get into that shortly.
No, friend, it didn't, because people are just, they just can't help themselves, and they're their own worst enemies.
Yeah, it's crazy how many storylines that they got, because it's not with Power. It's not it's usually usual shows have an A plot, a B plot, a C plot. There is like an A through like G plot with most Power episodes. So we've got it covered, A plot, B plot, C plot, and now we're moving on to D plot, which is our good friend Davis. Davis, I always love Davis because this is now 2 episodes. This nigga smashing.
Everybody.
Yo, so he is smashing his lawyer, who is one of his associates at his law firm. I think it was what's her name, Patella or Pella or something like that.
Yeah.
He said it on the message. That was fun. So he's working out at his home, and she comes and lets him know that all the associates have agreed to either work from home or work from there, and it's gonna be okay, but it doesn't look good with the case, as these are real serious allegations, talking about how he bribed a parole officer for his brother. He had clients that had conflicting interests, because he was representing Tariq at the same time he was representing Monet, who was the murder victim of Zeke, the mother. So there was a lot going on, and he was all over the place with that. So it's caught up to him, where they say that his bar license has been suspended. He storms off. He's pissed off of that. But when he comes back to the office, he's gonna get even more pissed, because this son of a bitch is here, Don fucking Carter. I never knew.
Like, how do you know? Or how do you know, like, to come, like, like the protagonist is like 10 steps ahead of all of you guys?
I never knew that I would miss Cooper Sacks. I never knew it. I actually do. So yes, the new role of nuisance to the St. Patrick family is now Detective Don Carter, and he confronts Davis, and he basically offers Davis the opportunity to get his bar license back, because he knows the people that was at that meeting, and he's offering that for, in exchange, Davis to flip on his clients. So Davis tells him, if you fuck up my life, I will fuck up yours.
Yep.
And Carter just laughs him off, like, you look stressed. Thankfully you're downsizing. Oh man, this son of a bitch.
Yeah, he plays them so well. Like, the protagonist is just good at their job. You just hate them so much.
He's definitely the antagonist here. Right? We got people saying I hate them both.
I
think he's talking about Effie and Diana, though.
Oh.
So I'm trying to finish this. Said, now you a single mom. And Emmanuel says, I would have been tempted to spit on Effie if I was to.
Wow, not spit. Damn. Emmanuel, that's really not nice.
Really not nice.
Because she actually could have got that nigga killed, and can't he right over here, yo?
Exactly. She ain't have to text him. She did that. She did.
Because she still got feelings for him.
Yes, this was obvious with that little exchange as well. But
we good? You don't want Kane. I mean, he good for right now. He's a good replacement, but
he too much of a simp for Effie last season. Just too much of a simp. But we would see Don Carter again as we move over to the college where Tariq is working one of his jobs, and they basically turn one of the classrooms, I guess, to a club where they have performances, and
we
we
meet
meet
speakeasy or whatever. Yeah.
Elle, who is Rashonda's friend, I forgot Rashonda's name last week after she snitched on Tariq to Effie and Kane. I was like, you talking to the white girl not to snitch to the cops, but you just turn around and snitch to somebody else. God damn it. But she's friends with Elle, who is a very talented singer. And of course, Brayden comes in as Elle is singing. And you know Brayden, he loves him some chocolate.
I was just about to say the same thing. You know, he loves him. You know, he loves a little caramel, chocolate dipped, honey based, you know, lady.
Ever since he got burned by Sax's niece in season 1, he's been on his chocolate kick.
You know what? I forgot all about the niece. Oh, I forgot all about her. But she was just like Tommy's old original boo. What was her name?
Holly.
Holly. That was Holly like 2.0, the niece. She had to go.
Yeah, she had to go. Even though they didn't kill her, but they should.
Right, exactly.
But Brayden blows this as Elle is looking for a new dealer, says her new dealer is out of town. And Brayden's like, oh, no, I don't do that life anymore. But if you need a storefront, a commercial storefront in Midtown, I'm your guy. Rashonda tells him to do better than that. Meanwhile, Tariq is still working, and he is approached by Detective Don Carter, the son of a bitch. And he starts getting in Tariq's face. And this was basically the scene that we saw at the beginning of the trailer for the season, where he tells him that he's the son of James St. Patrick, one of the biggest scumbags, one of the biggest pieces of shit in the town, in the city. And he was like, you even smell like him. How do you know how to go smell?
That's the part I was just like, bro, like, I think you this is when the cop just does way too much. That was him.
Yes. So he tells him he's not buying the whole college student routine that Tariq is doing, and that he knows that he is drug dealing, and that he was the one that killed Agent Angel Valdez, and he's gonna get justice for Agent Young as well as his mother. And Tariq's like, I hope you do get justice for him. And he also I love Don Carter peeping that Tariq is a wonderful liar. He's a great liar. As Tariq, he's like, look at you keeping your heart rate down, your blood pressure down. He's like, you
can smell it. Yeah, like you're really, really good. Like I love this. Like I see right through you. But I'm out. You want to play this game? Sure, we'll play this game. And that's what I think he likes the game of this all. Like he's like, okay, no problem. You don't want to say anything? I'm going to make your life even more of a living hell.
So Tariq tries to walk off, but we get Detective Carter bringing up, of course, Tariq's weakness, Tasha, his mom, and says that, oh, your mom, have you spoken to your mother lately? And he says, I think you know that. I think you know that I can't speak to my mom, but maybe I should be the first one to tell you that Widsec is going to let her out soon. And boy, Tasha St. Patrick out on the street with everyone gunning for her. If I was you, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. And then touching them on the face, I would have, what? Police brutality. I would have fell down. I would have fell down and be like, police brutality.
Like you have to like call
touching me on my face.
Like, yeah, why you like? I don't know where your hands been at. It's dirty. Like, what can I cook? Now you're harassing me because now you're touching me. Like, I want to file a complaint against him.
Facts. That's how I feel. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Touching me all in my face and shit? Like, you wilding out here in these streets. But that's besides the point there. As this leads Tariq to go to Tasha, and she's in a small town, a cheap small town, and Tasha is working retail. Man, oh man, how the mighty have fallen. If they would have just listened to Ghost, they would have been sitting pretty right now.
No, they didn't want to do that though. They wanted to, get Ghost push Ghost out. Ghost only wanted to look out for his family. He tried to look out for everybody, but no, everyone wanted to do their own damn thing.
So yes, they are. She's working at a retail store. It looks like a freaking Family Dollar, and this is the only job that she was able to get. As Tariq goes to see her, and she's known as Rachel now. apparently, as her boss Chris comes over and asks her not to bring her personal life to the job, and then he puts his arm around her, and she's like, I told you about that. And Tariq is upset. He's like, what the fuck, mom? You're supposed to be doing that. You ain't supposed to be living like this. He knows that he has to do something. So he decides to freaking beat up the boss.
This part pissed me off. This, I was like, bro, like, you don't think Tasha can't handle that man? Like, you go and beat up another man that's seen your face, that messed up with, like, it's gonna come. I guarantee you that man's gonna come back and bite either Tasha in the ass or him in the ass. I'm telling you, that man is gonna.
She just told you that she needed to keep the job because
Low
Witsec
profile.
after she left at the end of season 3, that was the last chance for her, and that they had to, for them to keep in Witsec, which has not only Tasha but also Mama and baby girl. Yeah, yes. What are we doing? What are we doing, Tariq? Come on. And he says, if you fucking report it, I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna burn it down. I think he would do that though. Tariq is crazy, so I think he would do that.
Very true. But still, nevertheless, like, sir, I need you to refrain from these actions because these all have consequences, sir, and they're going to do something to you. I promise you that. Like, you gotta chill out. You gotta chill. My husband was like, you don't know how it is with a boy named Mom, and you can't be doing stuff like that. I get all of that. Trust me, I understand that. But Tariq has to understand who he is and what he is doing, and his mom. You're fucking it up for everyone else.
Yeah, there was a way to do that. You call someone else to do it for you. Yeah, do the goons. I know you don't have the money for all that, but I mean, you found ways before, sir.
You found your way out here. You found me. Like, you knew what.
I don't think you took all your money from Stanfield that you had stashed. You probably got some more money stashed away somewhere, especially if you're paying this phone bill.
Yep, you paying up that part. That part.
Power driver finisher saying, yeah, he's cool, calm, and collected. Tariq is always under pressure. He's very cool, calm, and collected. He gets that from his dad.
He does. Again, being your dad is not really a bad thing. Channel your inner ghost. What would Ghost do?
Exactly.
Just
very
what would Ghost do?
Frantic World says, nah, I'll do the same thing, Krssi. I mean, I'm close with my mother as well. I would think I could handle that as well. I mean, but if she tells me it's about staying safe and, staying in Witsec, I would probably give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Like, you don't think Tasha can't kick that nigga in the balls? Or like, I done told you about this. Now, when a black lady tell you, I done told you about this.
Yep.
Maybe that person heed the message, but once I say it one more time, I think he gonna get cut. He gonna get either his balls gonna get cut off or screwed up really quickly. Like, something gonna happen. I'm telling you, this thing is really gonna bite him in the ass. Mark my words. I promise you. Like I told you.
All right, so we covered A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot.
Yep.
Now let's go over to the E plot, which is the Monet. Monet is recovering from getting out of the hospital. We finally meet her. I think it's her sister, her older sister, Janet, or cousin, Janet.
I think it's a cousin. Like, I think it was a cousin.
Yeah, cousin Janet.
But didn't they say auntie though, right? Did they not say?
Yeah, they called her auntie, and then they said she's a cousin. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know.
She's probably like they're probably like close, like black people were close in age, so she was raised up as like her cousin, but she helped with the kids, and they told her to call her auntie. That's the only thing I can think of.
That makes sense. That does make sense. So she's a nurse apparently, and she's helping Monet recover from the gunshot wounds and getting out of the hospital. So we see them as she's exercising at the beginning part of the episode. She brings her downstairs to the living room where the rest of the Tejada kids come down. Kane wants to talk to just the family, and that's where we get the kind of the perspective where she says, "Oh, cousins don't count. Well, I don't want to be in your family dirt anyway," and walks off. Kane explains that they haven't got any answers, as earlier in the episode we saw Kane and Drew. They approached some guy that apparently Kane broke his left arm. And he decides that because he doesn't have any answers on what the streets saying, who the streets think was trying to kill Monet, he breaks his other arm for that. So great stuff. Yep. We also see a memorial for Gordo's whole family after Kane and Drew killed them. Killed them at the end of season 3. And true. Even Drew has a moment where he sees Gordo's face and he's like, "Oh man, this is my lover.
My boo.
I love her.
I
my
love
boo.
him.
My boo." And we see that the gunshot wounds are still affecting Monet as they try to give her pillows and everything, and she starts fainting. She's very upset that her kids don't have any answers, as she wants to know who tried to come after her. That was the first thing she asked for when she came out of her coma and stuff. And we see a lot of reminiscing from Monet throughout this episode. Yo, whoever is this in her daughter? Because this looks exactly like a younger Mary J.
Mary doesn't have any children. She has stepkids with her ex-husband, but I don't know if they still cool or nothing like that. But yeah, she doesn't. Mary J. Blige has no children. Maybe it might be her niece because her sister has children.
Okay, this girl looks identical.
I don't know if it's the hair or what, but it looks like You Remind Me video from the 90s.
Yes.
This is definitely a little Mary J. Yes, for sure.
Yes. So we see various scenes where she talks to Janet and she's talking about how they were up, and she says she hasn't seen her that happy since it was just her and Kane. She was like, yeah, that was my little man. And she was in a broke down apartment with freaking dirty water. And, she's able to get some happiness from Kane, who we finally realize why they call him Kane is because it's short for hurricane, which is his nickname, because we know his real name is Lorenzo Tejada Jr. So his nickname was Hurricane when he was a kid. So they just abbreviated to Kane when he grew up. Yeah, we see Lorenzo. He comes home. Monet's talking about, we need to get out of here. This is broke down. This is whack. And Lorenzo is still on the come up. He says that he has to move some more weight, so they would give him more weight so he can make some money and get them out of there. And he's moving too slow, apparently, for young Monet.
For Monet's liking, yep.
We see her in the car. She's with Janet. And Janet's gonna take Kane for her so she can get her nails done. And then the cops pull her over, and she has a gun in the glove compartment. So she tells Janet to give her the gun, and she puts the gun on Kane, baby Kane, who's crying in the back seat. She just smiles at the cop, like, "Oh, sorry, sir. Was I speeding? I'm just trying to, hurry up with my little guy."
Man home. Yep.
And then we see Lorenzo when he comes home. He's very upset as Janet told him what happened, and Monet's of course tight because Janet's a snitch. And she explains the reason why she had the gun is that she went to see Lorenzo's boss and she got the extra weight. So
that she been begging him for. So this just shows you that Monet just don't like to wait on nobody's time. She does things her own way, and this is why things have gone the way they have gone down for Homegirl.
And I'm going to ask this question.
Yep.
I saw this scene and I was like, was Monet the one that set up Lorenzo to go to jail?
Yep. I think so.
Because she's obviously better at manipulating people and getting what she wants and she's a better drug dealer than Lorenzo.
Yep. I wholeheartedly think so, SP.
Because Lorenzo said, remember the hallucination with Lorenzo in the first episode. The drug business did not pop off until he got sent away.
Yep. So she probably was doing things too slow for him, for his liking. She wasn't doing what he wanted. So that put 2 and 2 together for me. Once they did the first thing, he was like, "Oh, well, you didn't do everything until after I was in jail. When I got caught, everything popped off, and that's what you act like I was like in charge, but you really was the one that was pulling all the strings and doing everything," which is true.
Yeah. So Monet is very, upset at things that, they can't get answers for her. She's also upset because Kane lets her know that Noma wants to work with the Russians. And of course, they made a whole truce with the Russians in season 3, and it's very sensitive. And she feels that Noma is trying to push the Tejada family out of the drug business that they created. And she's very upset about that. So she gets in her nice little jacket after taking a freaking adrenaline rush pill from Janet. She gets in the car, gets in her nice jacket and sunglasses, and goes to see Noma. She is popping hella shit at Noma and Obi, saying, "You trying to push me out of the business?" And this is at the same point that Effie and the Russians show up to freaking do this meeting. So the Russians see Monet. They're legitimately, of course, upset at that, and they have a whole gun face-off. Which the Russians say they never want to see them again. And meanwhile, you can see Monet, the pill is wearing off. As Noma and Opie walk away, as the Russians drive off, Effie's asking from Monet, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she faints. So Effie is the one that brings her back to the house. When she wakes up the next morning, her kids are in the room. Kane comes in. He's like, "Get out the way, Diana." He's like, why you making us look like a fool out there in these streets?" He's like,
you
"The
messing
game
up
done
everything.
changed."
Yeah, you messing up everything.
He's like, "The game done changed, Monet." He was like, "All you're trying to do is take over again." He's like, "The game done changed. It's done pass you by." And Monet tells him to get out. And Kane says, "Oh,
and
get
tell
out
Drew
my
to come
room.
here.
Get out my room, Kane. I can't communicate for shit, Kane."
I love Kane though. Because Kane is what is they're just alike. That's the problem, and she's not understanding that part of like the whole scenario of it all, and it's just to the fact that like Kane is you're hurt, right? Like you have to like have control of everything. You're not letting you. The whole point of you being in the drug game is like letting your kid, like you put them in this game for a reason. You're not letting them do the stuff that you set them up to do, that you taught them to do. Like you have to be your hand has to be everywhere. And you just can't let it go.
It's true. It's very true. And this leads to Monet telling Drew and Diana that she thinks that Kane is a little too interested in those bullets hitting her, and the fact that he keeps trying to put it on Tariq, despite Diana saying last week that Tariq wasn't the one that did it. And she actually suspects that Kane was the one behind the hit on her.
I was like, girl.
With Drew and Diana, I'll give them credit. They're looking out for their brother, and they said, no, they could have just easily been like, maybe
yes,
you're right. Maybe you're right. Because it takes the heat off of them. Maybe you're right. But they say, no, that's not it. And they'll look into it some more. But that leads to Kane's portion of this, which I guess is the F plot of this, as Kane is running the business on the streets, and Noma approaches him talking about how his mother messed up a big money deal for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she says that you have to bring the Russians back to the table or else. Kane, of course, calls up Effie, because Effie worked so well with the Russians before. And she basically, Effie cares about Kane. And, she doesn't want to see Kane get fucked over because of this. So she says yes. And she winds up missing her meeting for Stan.
Now, see, this is where I was like, all right, girl. You let them mess up something in your future. Yes, he paid your tuition. Yes, he did this. Yes, he did that. You could have easily made the phone call, did your interview, and then came back afterwards.
This is true.
Like they could have made the meetup around like 9:00. How long was your interview?
It was at 6:00. So
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, how long was your interview gonna be? An hour tops. Would it give you enough time to meet them at 8:00?
Sure.
Get your priorities together. No, Kane. I gotta help out Kane and do all this stuff, Kane. Like
now she's sipping.
Right. Exactly.
But this leads to Kane basically meeting up with Effie. They go and see the Russian, and they offer the Russians some military grade guns, as Noma has a surplus of guns that she can sell to the Russians, and it's a win-win for them. They accept the deal to work with her and be a part of her drug organization as well. But he specifies, the leader of the Russians says, "I only deal with the girl now." meaning Effie. So Effie is even deeper into the game that she wants to escape. So
Yep.
good luck with that. Kane goes and sees Noma, who Noma is not too happy with the deal that was made because she didn't authorize that. She has Obi choke out Kane, but Kane impresses her when he says with this perhaps this will convince you, love. He says exactly what Noma was about to say, and that impresses Noma and actually turns her on. I think I heard her private parts tingle a little. But she tells Obi to get the hell out of here. Even Kane says, "Yes, Obi, go." Gives her the little hand gesture to go, and she wants to hear more about this deal over a drink of scotch.
I see
Noma
those
and
two.
Kane.
I see it. Watch, and you know Kane don't turn that down. No lady.
No, hell no, he won't. This leads to we get back going back to Monet. We get her and Drew have a moment at the house where Drew is bringing her some lunch, and she tries to basically make everything that she's done sound good. Where she's like, I know you're upset at what I did to killing your father and killing Lorenzo and killing Gordo, but I do it for the good of the family. And Drew's like, no, you are not gonna make this shit sound good. I thought you were gonna apologize. Fuck all this. He goes downstairs. He's about to switch her pills and kill this bitch. When
Diane's like, no, you can't do that. You can't. Like, girl, he's like over her.
Better. We gotta be better. You know why? Because Diana had just found out that she's pregnant, so that's why she was. She was like
another person that has to work at the candy shop and has on a full Burberry outfit. Like, I don't understand the whole the concept of these people, of how they dress these kids. Like, that check give you that whole outfit?
Yep, apparently so.
Yeah, like, they don't got their priorities together, because obviously they rather look good and be poor.
She gets confirmation from the doctor that she is in fact pregnant. The doctor, she was asking some spicy questions. The way she was asking the question, I know these regular questions she's supposed to be asking, but she was asking it spicy. Like, I know our college has a bunch of parties, so do you know who the baby's father is? It's like, bitch, yes, I do.
You know me.
And then she was like, is the baby going to be, in the proper environment for him to live? And she was like, you don't know who the hell I am, so you better watch yourself.
Yeah.
Storms up out of there. But she also tells Drew that, we got to be better than her. We know that she's poisoned, but we got to be better. She didn't hear any of the bad parts of that, but Monet heard the last part and is kind of conflicted, kind of doesn't know if she's done the right things or that if she can make it up to her kids. She has a moment with Janet where she's asking her if she's always got an opinion on something. Well, does she think that she can make it up to her children? Right. And Drew overhears this and says that her asking that question is a start. But then she also asks him, has he found out anything about who tried to kill her? And Drew once again gives her the runaround that we're still looking. Maybe Kane will find something out. And she's like, Kane is up Noma's ass, so why would he get anything? Meanwhile, as Noma and Kane are having their drink of scotch, Opie goes outside. He goes to his car, and who's there? Fucking Don Carter. If y'all don't know, if y'all haven't known the last hour what FDC stands for, it stands for fuck Don Carter. Fuck Don Carter. Because this nigga done arrested Obi. He talks about how Obi has talked to Tariq over the phone and that he got some green cards out of nowhere. How convenient. So he arrests him to question him. So he arrested somebody, got Davis and Tariq shoot. Before Tariq went to see Tasha, he went on the phone to Davis, who told him about that, how Don Carter is a rising detective in the NYPD, and he's got a bloodlust, and he's out to get these dealers because his wife was shot down in a gun shootout outside of a hospital as she was taking care of a patient, and they tried to finish him off, and she got killed as well. So he's after all the drug dealers and getting the street clean. So he done arrested Obi.
Yep. Fucking. Now, what we gonna do now? Like, what we doing now?
What we gonna do now? So this all leads to the ending here as we get Tariq, as he's coming back from seeing Tasha, his car breaks down. Well, 2-Bit's car breaks down, and he's at a deli, and him and Brayden have a hilarious conversation. This whole conversation was making me laugh. It was popping me the whole time as Tariq's like, "Now we got to get back in the drug business," and he's
right, like
he's
just accept your fate. Like I wish people just accept the fact of what they are. Like, come on.
Nah, he knows he's good at this. He knows he got to get back in the drug business. So he says, we got to find a way. There's a way where there's a will, there's a way. From the ashes of the phoenix. From the ashes rises the phoenix. Brayden says, "What the fuck is this, Harry Potter?"
You're right. That's why I love Brayden for stuff like that. He can give you the real answer. Like, Nick, what you talking about, son? Like, what are you talking about?
He said, "From the ashes of the phoenix rises." So what the fuck is this, Harry Potter? Then Tariq says, how are we gonna do that? And he was like, you know how Noma is. Remember when she popped up on us in Italy? She like a fucking British Catwoman. He was killing me. He was killing me in this whole combo. Then the last one, he was like, Tariq was like, we're just gonna be smarter. He was like, wasn't it you that just told me your dumbass got money? Brayden killed this whole combo. But Brayden, in the end, he realizes that he's not used to the 9 to 5, which is really a 7 to 9. He needs to get back. He's good at the drug game. So he was like, where do we start? Do we get a tuna? He was like, where do we start? Do we get a tuna melt? And Tariq says he has a plan. And his plan is to get his car back from season 3 as he robs Two-Bit. Two-Bit dumbass did what Two-Bit? And Two-Bit gonna run out the store and be like, "That's my car." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Tariq was like, "This is my car, nigga." And he drives off, and he drives to meet up with Monet. Monet and Tariq not on good terms. Obviously, they both have their pieces just in case. And they have a conversation where Monet says that, she says, "I'm going to keep it real. My kids are giving me the runaround, and I think they know more than they're telling me." And they says that, Diana said that you didn't shoot at me. And he's like, "Because I didn't." He was like, "But you had every reason to." He was like, "Yeah, because you were the one that, set Tommy to go after my moms." She was like, "Why would you think that?" He was like, "Well, someone told me that." It's like, who? Like, who the fuck told you that? And he finally says, "Kate Egan told me that you gave Tommy my mom's address to go after her." He's like, "Why the fuck would Kate Egan say some dumb shit like that?" He was like, "Maybe she's trying to get you killed." He was like, and Monet asks the right questions, like, who put her up to it? Because whoever that is, they're gonna fucking die. And that's how we end this week's episode.
And it just shows you this circle of how this is all going to come about. Because how did Diana know who Kate Egan was?
That's true.
Because they never explain from the last season how she got her information in the first place, and just say, "Here, give this to him." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give this to your son. He'll know what to do with it. Like, I don't remember how to connect those dots of how that, maybe we'll see. They'll probably add more to it. But
I think Kate Egan is a dumbass that would be in the phone book and have her address in a phone book or some shit like that.
Kate Egan is not the poster child for parents now.
She's not the poster child for parents, and she's not the poster child for smart decisions. So
correct. Because we've cussed her out a bunch of times from Force. Like, she did the dumb stuff with the grandson. It's just on and on and on of Kate.
Let the grandson go out and shit, and then she did the drug overdose.
Yep.
Then she overdosed, and Tommy was gonna watch her die. So I'm hoping that this doesn't come back to haunt Tariq with saying Kate Egan's name, and it's not gonna get him heat with Tommy. I hope that Monet is reasonable and goes to Kate and just questions her, and then that's how she finds out about Diana being involved in all this. And Diana was the one that said she was Monet going to see her.
Yes. So we'll see what happens for next week's show. Well, this week's show, excuse me.
Yes, that is on Friday. The new episode drops for you in the US. For me in the UK, it drops on Sunday. I gotta wait a few days.
So you have to watch it Sunday?
Yeah. If I want to watch it on the TV, I can always find a link or something like that. So,
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You don't have the stars. Well, I guess because you don't Like if you had cable, like okay, got it. Never mind.
No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody should have a Stars app. Give SP your login so he can watch it right away.
We got Emmanuel's. There's
I don't have
2-bit
it, so I
left
can't share you mine because I don't have it. I watch it when it, on my, my stuff. But somebody should I had to watch House of Dragons. Someone gave me they login. And I watch it from there. So yes.
Yes, we got Power Drive Finisher said, yeah, even unknowingly, she'd F everything up. Yes, Kate Egan. Yes,
yep, Kate Egan is that's who Kate Egan is, unfortunately. Yes.
All right, so that brings us to the close. So you know the deal, guys. Let us know in the live chat who was your MVP for this episode. Who was your LVP? Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give this week's show? For me and Krssi Luv, for Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4, Episode 2, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, what did you give this week's show, Krssi?
I give this episode, a solid 8.
Yeah, that's where I go. I think I went like 9 last week for the first episode. This was like down, but still a good episode. A lot of things going on, a lot of puzzle pieces coming into place. So I give it an 8 out of 10 as well. My MVP, so I got a gold medal, bronze, gold, silver, and bronze. So bronze is gonna go to I'm gonna say Monet, because Monet was featured a lot and she's starting to get answers. She's on the right track, realizing that her kids are not telling her something. So she's on the right track. Silver medal, unfortunately, I hate him, but he got a lot done. Detective Don Carter. Sorry. Yes, he is the silver medal. But my MVP for this week's episode, gold medal, Effie. Effie got a lot done in this episode. She made a lot of moves. The only setback that she had was missing her Stanford meeting, but I mean, you can't win them all. So she got a lot done, and I got to give her the MVP for the episode. What about you?
I definitely agree with her getting the MVP for sure. This was her episode of putting things and showing her how smart she is and how she can talk anybody, and again, she knows what to do. She's the hacker. She knows how to get things running. So yes, Effie, my girl, powerful Effie. That's what we going with. Yeah, who's your are you giving medals for LVP or you just
no? I just give one for LVP this week. It's Obi. Obviously, it's Obi. He got Noma.
I got two. Obi and 2-bit. Dumbass.
Oh yeah, 2-bit. Good point. I'm going with Obi because he's Noma's onto his game with the green cards, and then he got arrested, and then he also got shooed off by Kane and Noma.
Mine is a Obi and 2-bit. So
that's fair. That's fair with 2-bit's dumbass.
I was like, we got this guy back. I was like, so that means Kane, you could have been got your car back, bro.
You mean Tariq? Yeah, Tariq could have been.
I'm sorry, yes, Tariq. Tariq could have been got your car back, bro.
Slacking on your macking, bro. It was too easy. That was too easy.
Come on,
have been there.
Too easy.
You should have been there. But yes, that's my LVP for this week's episode. But I want to thank Miss Krssi Luv for joining me this week. Are we doing this again next Monday?
I'm down for next Monday, friend.
So next Monday, we'll do it back-to-back Mondays. Join us live at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time here on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment Channel for our Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 Episode 3 review. But until then, Miss Krssi Luv, let everybody know where they can follow you.
Hey guys, you can follow me at Krssi Luv _1, True Hill Krssi Luv, and just my plain old name. Follow me, at me, whatever. I do watch-alongs. I do roundtables. We do it all. So, yep, that's me. Thanks.
Yes, follow the girl. And of course, you can follow me at True Hill SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat Patreon.com/True Heel Heat, best place to support us when we are not live here on this channel or on the True Heel Heat Wrestling YouTube channel, which we are going live in less than 5 minutes with Collision Discourse number 33, reviewing the 1-year anniversary of AEW Collision. It will be myself and Sober Guy JJ reviewing the 1-year anniversary. So go over and check it out over on the main channel right now. I'm going to put the link for you all here on the YouTube channel. So you could go over, click on that as soon as this video is over and join us over there as we talk about Collision from this past week. But check out all the great content we got on the channel here, like our power character tier list that we did with me and Chris G, as well as Power Book 2 Season 4 Episode 1 review with myself breaking down all the action from the premiere episode. But for Miss Krssi Luv, it is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. My daughter's trying to break in here. This is our Power Book 2 Season 4 Episode 2 review. We are signing off until next time.
Laters.